Well, yeah, and there's no question. But there's another form of drug abuse. And what drives the drug trade is money. Now, what's unique about this form of drug abuse as a form of other drug abuse? In the other form of drug abuse, tremendous amount of money, and people grow crop, market it, sell it, whatever. But the end user can find non-functional, out of job, disheveled, whatever it might be. In this sports aspect of drug abuse, you still have the guy making money, importing it, developing it, packaging it, and all that stuff. But the user not only is not functional, he's making more money than ever before. He has now become a national hero. So it's an interesting dynamic. Now, so you really have in the sporting end, in the doping end, the people who are providing the product making money, and the people who are using the product making money. That's a very hard act to break up. That's my wife. I go home, and I had a rough day. I put on a baseball game. I love to watch the game of baseball. I grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up with the Brooklyn Dodgers. I met Jackie Robinson twice. And people have used that argument, free will, let them do what they want to do. You have to recognize, and although it's a lot better now than it was 4 or 5 years ago, we had as many as 4% of high school seniors had used anabolic steroids. We had as many as 2.5% of 8th graders had used anabolic steroids at least once. Those are staggering figures. And so ultimately, we got to look at the implications for our society. Are we condoning the abuse of dangerous drugs to achieve some goal? Is that an acceptable form of behavior in our society? I submit most people would say, no, it's unacceptable. But they still like to watch their professional sports.